Hello guys, and welcome to the Programming with Dart tutorial series. So in this video we are going to be talking about Dart identifiers. Alright, so when we talk of identifiers, we are basically referring to the names we give to specific elements in a program. These elements can be variables, functions, arrays, etc. Now, before we can proceed to defining what identifiers are, it's worth noting that an identifier can include both characters and digits. However, the identifier cannot begin with a digit. Identifiers cannot include special symbols except for an underscore or a dollar sign. Now, in naming your identifiers, you need to make sure that you do not use the reserved words or the keywords because identifiers cannot be keywords. Why? Because the compiler has reserved these keywords in order to use in its processes. If you name your identifier the same as a keyword, it will result in an error. Another thing worth noting is that identifiers must be unique. So whenever you name any type of identifier, you must make it in such a way that it is unique, specific to what you are working on. So if you are naming a variable, the identifier must be unique, specific to that variable. Another thing worth mentioning is that identifiers are case sensitive. So if you save a variable or a function, or you decide to create a variable in a case sensitive or in an uppercase, calling it in a lowercase will result in an error. So identifiers are case sensitive. Identifiers cannot also contain spaces. So if you name an identifier and you decide to leave a space in between them, it will result in an error. So to fix this, you could either use a camel case or make an underscore, and that is fine. So some valid identifiers we have is you can decide to go with a camel case, or you can decide to start with a dollar sign, but you cannot start with a number. So if you start your identifier with a number, it will result in an error. If you decide to bring a space in between your identifier, it will result in an error. If you decide to bring a hyphen in between your number, it will result in an error. So these are the things we need to take note of in naming our identifiers. I'll catch you in the next video where we talk about keywords.